Welcome back to Real Big Adventures, y'all. It's Jason here. This is Chattooga River Trip Series, Episode 1. In this first episode, we'll be covering everything that I'm bringing in my bag, from the fishing equipment to the food to the hammock setup that I have and everything like that. And then we'll be covering all the different pieces, how I get it into my bag, and some of the different pieces as to why. For some of you that are big into going lighter, this is going to be very, very awkward for you. And you're going to be wondering why I'm bringing so much stuff. I like comfort. There's no other way to put it. I'm willing to sacrifice some of the weight for some of the things that I like bringing. I mean, you'll notice once we get into it, I'm bringing a pot and a skillet. So for some of you, yes, it's going to be a whole lot more than what you would ever bring. For me, this is actually very slimmed down compared to what I used to bring all the time. So we'll get right into it and we will cover everything that we're bringing. Here's the complete layout of everything that I'm bringing right here. So we'll go ahead and start right over here on the left-hand side. Come down right here. This is my first aid. Inside here, I've got a couple needles as well. Because down here, I've got some thread just in case anything breaks, separates, anything like that. Have Benadryl. Got two different types of antacids, Tylenol, ibuprofen. Yeah, I've got 2 containers of that. I'm over 40 now, so bring it. Excedrin migraine. Got some Band-Aids. Got eye drops. I get really bad. Dry sometimes. I have a survival wrap down in there. I have some iodine right here. A couple more of my eye drops. These right here are some of the adhesive bandages, just in case I need to close up any type of wound or anything like that that I get while I'm out there. Here's my headlamp. Here's my rechargeable solar charger. Now this battery pack itself is 18,000 milliamps. The solar panel charges at 280 milliamps an hour. So if you figure that out, it actually takes a long time to charge the entire battery pack by solar power. That's not what the solar power is for. The solar power is specifically for emergency situations. So overall, it's just a battery pack. Here, I'm bringing this case. Is going to have all of my extra cords in it, my extra batteries. This is where I put my phone whenever I'm not using it. This has the charger for the GoPro batteries in here, and everything like that is right here. There's the chesty for my GoPro. Got a few other plastic bags, odds and ends here for whenever I'm packing out some of the stuff. These big garden bags right here are actually going to be for at night once I get my entire hammock set up and everything. And my bag, my backpack, I'm going to take that and put it inside of one of these because this trip that we're taking, it's supposed to be pretty wet while we're out there. Bring leather gloves for the pot and for the fire. Have my compass. That is a military grade Lensatic compass. I have my little trowel right here. I have my camping chair because I like a little bit of comfort. Have my hatchet for chopping up some wood. I just like to make a nice little fire. Got my stakes there to stake out my tarp. This little plastic ground tarp right here, I have a little piece that I cut that I set right outside my tarp. So at night, I set my shoes and I set my bag on it. That way, whenever I get out of my hammock in the middle of the night, I'm not stepping directly on the ground. I have my straps for my hammock here. I have my Hennessy Expedition hammock. This one right here is the actual undercover or underquilt that I made for my hammock. There's another video on that. You can go check that out if you want. That's going to be my actual sleeping bag. The Gore-Tex jacket, yes, it's very, very heavy. However, I'm bringing the Gore-Tex jacket because of how wet it's supposed to be while we're up there. Yes, it's much heavier. Yes, it's going to be kind of a pain whenever I'm not wearing it. However, it's supposed to be pretty wet, so I'm taking it. Then you come to my camp shoes. Got my gloves, my hat, my schmog, my fleece, that'll be for nighttime, and my quick drying towel. Come down here, got my pack cover. There's extra clothes that I may or may not need. Like this entire bag right here, that's specifically just for nighttime clothes. I'll be sleeping in these clothes. So it has my bottoms, my shirt, and my socks. Everything's in there. Come down, got some toiletry items here. Got different hand soaps, shampoos, just in case. Because my hair gets really, really greasy, and I cannot stand it when it's that bad. So I'll heat up a little bit of water in a pot, and I'll just kind of run it over my head just to try to get that grease off there. I feel extremely nasty. Got the cutter for the off there. A little bit of baby powder. Here's the Sawyer Mini, is what I'm using for that. And you come over here, you're getting a little bit of the food. So here's my stove. It's a little bit bigger than most people's. but I enjoy how wide it is. It puts out a really nice flame, covers the bottom of the pot real nice. We got breakfast, different lunches, right? Snacks, just odds and ends to bring with. Got the mayo, the relish. Got a little bit of oil here because we are going to go fishing, so I plan on frying some fish. It's the reason I'm bringing the pot and the skillet is because I want to put some fish in there. So I got some oil for that. I'm also going to pick up a lemon and some bananas on the way. I just like eating the bananas, but the lemon is for cooking fish. Cliff bars for snacks. Here's some of my fishing gear that I'll be bringing with. I'm only bringing one long spoon. I picked this up at Walmart. I think it was $1.47 for 3 of these, so I picked that up. Got my hemostats for taking out the fish, the hooks out of the fish mouth. Got my little pole here, knife, water bladder, got walking sticks. Here is my bag. This is the Zenith 75, and if you've never seen them together, that right there is what's called the day lid, is what they call. It will flop over and you can take it off, and that actually turns into its own backpack as well. So there is my gear loadout. That's everything I'm bringing right there. So let's get started with putting it all in the bag. All right, first thing I want to do is my pots, my skillets, stuff like that. I actually put things in those. I'm not for sure everyone else does it. I bring the leather gloves for the pot because I don't like touching handles and stuff. Whenever I'm actually using this, sometimes I put them over the fire. I don't just use my stove because I do make a fire just about every time I'm out there. So what I do first, I put my glove in here. I take my stove, put it in. I'll take a couple different packs of the oatmeal here. We'll shove them in the pot around it. Put this on. Now the baggie here, for whenever the bottom of the pot gets all nasty and stuff from being in the fire, I just put it inside the baggie that I reinforce the edges here. Right? Now inside here, I'll put more of my bottles that I don't want to get broken. Put some of my other items in here. Mayo and relish. This nice little cubby hole for things. That goes down. Once that's all together, that will go inside here. Over here, to keep stuff from rattling, do this, put my cans of tuna in there, and I just push them right down inside there. These little odds and ends will go in different little spots inside my backpack once I start getting together. And one other thing, toothpicks, I don't know about some of y'all, but toothpicks, 2 different kinds, not necessarily 2 different kinds, but toothpicks in general, they're a must for me. Have you ever just got that piece of meat just stuck in your teeth and you just can't concentrate? Well, I did that whenever I was deployed riding convoys. You can't concentrate whenever you're out there and you're trying to focus on the mission at hand. Toothpicks come in handy. So I always have some toothpicks with me. And one thing, Carmex, it's always nice whenever you're out on the trail. Make sure you take care of yourself. So there's those items that I have kind of packed away, and we will start putting it in the bag. Alright, whenever I start packing my bag, I always start with the sleeping bag. In this case, it'll be the underquilt and the sleeping bag. Excuse me if it looks like it's a little bit funny. I got in a fight with a table saw the other day. Well, about 2 weeks ago now. Then on the bottom of the pack, put my camp chair in a little plastic piece. On the one side right here, I put my trowel inside of a plastic bag because I don't like, once I get through digging the hole and everything, I don't like all the dirt and everything being in my bag or on it or anything. So I put it inside of a plastic bag and I just slide it right down the side here. After I get that in there, next thing that I put in is hammock straps. Then also put in my hatchet. Now the hatchet tries to save a little bit of room. 3 of these fit right in there. And then that is a blow straw for whenever I'm making a fire. I try to blow on the base of the straw or base of the fire. Goes there. Way. Big pot, fold it over. It sets flat down here in the very bottom. Put that all the way down there. From there, I will put some clothes in. Put another pot on top of those. Tuck in. More clothes. Fuel can on one side. Fuel can on the other. Right down the side. Stick the hatchet down there. This will go on the top. That will actually clip it. That's what happens when you film outside. Can't control the weather. That'll be good. Place it in here.
It's okay, 'cause I can't breathe. Don't you want this anymore? It's okay, I'm suffering.
my jacket, whenever I'm not wearing it, it'll just get folded and it will get lashed. And I just got caught on my line there. It'll get lashed right here on the bottom whenever I'm not using it. And then the trekking poles, I will have those with me at all times, but when I'm not using them, there's a section on the side of the bag here for stow and go for the trekking poles. So there it is, all packed up in a nutshell. I'll put mine on. I like to do the waist belt first. And I'll just kind of loosely do the chest strap. Bring down the shoulder straps. I feel like that's where I want it. And that's it. That's how I got it. Now, some people watching, you're going to think that the bag was kind of thrown together. Didn't really have a plan for where everything's going. If you'll look back in some of my other videos, you know that I just recently got this bag. So I'm like a kid in a candy store. In the past 2 weeks, I've probably packed and unpacked this bag once every other day or so. So definitely know where everything's going, know where everything's going to come out of. The only thing that I did not do that I'll be doing once we get out there, depending on the weather, is the fleece jacket that went in the top. I will probably end up putting that inside of a little plastic bag just to make sure it's protected from the rain, because it's going to be a wet one. First day, it's not supposed to be anything. Second day is an 80% chance. Then 40, 40, 40, 40 the next couple of days that we're out there. So once again, this is just episode 1. Be on the lookout for the rest of the episodes. We're going to be covering fishing, cooking, the setting up the camp, hiking, a little bit of everything will be covered in it. If you got any questions, please, as always, feel free to message me. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, hit that like button. Thank you all very much for your time. Have another great day.